What is totally amazing is when you try to get people to take a look at a smoke test or a vape. You can use a vape or a cigarette and show them how the masks really don't function. Because what you draw in, your inhale, you're going to exhale it. And trust me, everything that you breathe in, you're going to breathe out. Now, what color is my breath? Can you see my breath? You can't see my breath. It's not yellow, it's not blue, it's not green. It's invisible. And the viruses are smaller than that. The viruses go through the masks like the masks aren't even there. It's a joke. And then, of course, there's the medical science about whether or not it's even the so-called COVID viruses that are causing this lung infection. And they're not even sure it's that. But I can tell you this much, what it definitely is. Do a search on any search engine you want. Type in sewage crisis USA. Sewage crisis USA, and then do sewage crisis Wuhan, China. And then you'll discover that what's happening across the world is they're dumping vast amounts of raw human sewage right into the environment by the billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of gallons. And who's they? Well, that would be the government and the ultra-rich real estate investment crowd, the big campaign contributors. The bankster gangsters, that's who's doing it. Because you see, you can't run a real estate development, residential or commercial, it doesn't make any difference. You can't do any kind of residential or commercial real estate development without flushing lots of toilets. Like in the Commodore Hotel. Ask old Donald Trump about how many toilets are in the Trump Towers and where all the sewage from all his properties are going via the combined sewage overflows in Manhattan. Yeah, I said it right, ladies and gentlemen. The combined sewage overflows. The sewage crisis in the United States. The sewage crisis in China, Mexico, Germany, Italy, Great Britain. Canada's horrible. Oh, God, Canada uses the St. Lawrence Seaway as an open sewer. Bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, do some real research on the masks. Take you a vape or take you some cigarettes and see just how much smoke and vape that the masks prevent from being exhaled. And what you'll discover is the masks, they don't work. And then, of course, the air conditioning systems and the ceiling fans and the movement of the air in any scenario at all. I don't care if you're inside, I don't care if you're outside. The human breath is moved around by the air currents. So the masks they're a comedy. They're farcical. It's almost beyond belief that the American public has been so indoctrinated and brainwashed into believing that the masks are preventing anything. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And ask your governor, ask your town council, ask your, village mayor, ask whoever you want to in the government. Hell, call the health department and ask them, why is there such a sewage crisis all across the United States? Billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of gallons of raw human sewage are dumped into the environment, just like at the Sanford Federal Courthouse in Raleigh, North Carolina. There's a good example, the Sanford Federal Courthouse in Raleigh, North Carolina. And tell old Judge Britt, B-R-I-T-T, old Judge Britt. Tell old Judge Britt that old Judd Witham sent you. Because the bottom line is, Judge Britt, the Sanford Federal Courthouse in Raleigh, North Carolina has been dumping all of its sewage into Walnut Creek for years. And quite an interesting example of how the government in a alleged pandemic is dumping sewage all over the place. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it right there. And as always, hasta la vista, God bless, and you betcha, we're coming back.